Welcome to the Designated Driver Show,
the podcast where three regular guys chase better golf and even better stories.
Grab a drink, hop in the cart, and ride along with the Designated Driver Show.
All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back. Another episode of the Designated Driver Show. Got our fourth episode this week. Got a special one for you. How you guys doing today?
Good, man. How's it
Doing
going,
great.
boys?
Going good. Got a first one we're recording after the new year. How you guys feeling so far about the new year going in?
Dude, it was one busy start to the new year. I'll tell you that.
Overwhelmed. But hey, we're going strong.
I'm ready for the fresh start. You know, you got a clean slate, new year, new goals. We got the podcast freaking rocking and rolling now. So I'm excited, man. It's going to be a good year.
Yeah, I know we got some content to kind of go along with the new year, new me type stuff with our TPI assessment you put us through, Nate. And that was a lot of fun. I'm excited for that to come out.
Yeah, dude, that was some good stuff. I was a little surprised by some of the results in more ways than one, we'll say that, but I'll leave that for you guys will have to check that out on social media platforms.
It was an interesting day, to say the least.
Yeah, that was a blast. And then hit it up with breakfast ball afterwards, went and filmed a little bit there and getting some practice in for our upcoming tournament that we got going on there, the Classic.
Yeah, when is that? Like the 17th or something like that? It's coming up so quick.
Yep, 17th. I think it's Mammoth Dunes is the golf course that we're playing at. It's something like that, but I know Josh and I played in it last year, and I think that's the one, Josh, we lost in the tiebreaker or something like that, but it was a ton of fun.
Yeah, now you guys will have some competition. Friend of the show, Dylan Johnson, will be coming on with your boy, and we're going to look to take you boys down.
Hey, we'll see. It depends on what flight you end up going in, right?
We'll see.
Coming in hot.
You know, that 64 is going to come in clutch, okay? We'll see.
Right. Yeah, you know, speaking of that tournament, obviously hosted at Breakfast Ball. We plugged them a couple times. Really good episode we got for you guys here. First interview that we've actually got, bringing on the owner of Breakfast Ball Golf Sim in Waterford, really good friend of the channel, Mr. Brady Dice. Really excited to get into talking with him. So you guys got anything before we bring him on?
No, man, I think we got a little bit of sponsorship with Breakfast Ball that we kind of want to introduce. So let's get him on here, man.
Let's get started.
All right, Brady, what's going on, man? How you doing tonight?
I'm good, fellas. How we doing?
Doing great, dude. Excited to have you on, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, I know we've all been in and out of Breakfast Ball quite a bit here the last about year and a half. You've been open, probably 15 months now?
October of 24. Yep.
Yeah, I know it. When I first called you up there, I think I was telling you the story of how I wasn't quite sure where I was going, but I was just looking up simulators near me. First one that popped up. It was like your first probably month and a half, 2 months of being open maybe. And came in, you hooked me up. It was awesome. And I think me, Josh, and one of our buddies, Noah, we were in there probably the next like 4 or 5 weekends consistently.
Yeah, I mean, that hasn't stopped with you guys either.
That's right. That's right.
Wait, I didn't know that. That's how you guys met, Taylor, was you get just simulator near me and that was the first one to come up?
Yeah, so funny story. I think it was that first time I came in, Brady, we were kind of talking like our circle, where we're from, like, you know, all that type of stuff. And Brady went to high school with my oldest sister-in-law on her dad's side. And then my youngest one, he would see all the time when they would go into, what's the place? It's not Beyond.
Impact. Yeah, Impact.
Yeah, so he knew them both pretty well from growing up. So we were talking about that, and there were some other mutual connections with Noah, and it was funny kind of hearing all that and the small world connections we had, and just hit it off from there. It's been a lot of fun getting to know him.
And now we only live like half a mile from each other.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep.
That's crazy. It really is such a small world. That's wild.
Right.
Yeah, but I know we got some questions lined up for you, Brady. But before we kind of get into those, do you want to maybe give the listeners, maybe us, a little bit better insight of to who you are and what you're about, and then we'll grill you with some questions here?
Yeah. So from Clarkston, went to Clarkston High, played on the high school team there. My brother and I both played at Saginaw Valley as well. I went in for a marketing major after school, kind of did the logistics route, realized quickly a desk job wasn't for me. We had a TrackMan up at school. My brother was a TrackMan fitter at Carl's for a handful of years. My dad's been in the golf industry my whole life. Literally one day, just going to an indoor golf league with a few of my buddies, I kind of asked myself, why am I paying for this when I can own it, essentially? And that's kind of how the idea started.
That's
Brady,
awesome.
I didn't know you went to Clarkston. I don't know if you know this, but I did the strength and conditioning for Clarkston's hockey team for a few years now, so I didn't
Yeah, I
realize you
can't
went to.
skate, so I don't think I would have ever seen
Me
you.
neither, bro. Me neither. Hey, we'll leave that for the hockey players. I like to stick to a different ball and stick.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, golf didn't have the hardest strength and conditioning. Let me tell you that.
Probably not in high school, especially, I'm assuming,
No,
right?
no. College is when it definitely flipped a switch that I wasn't ready for. But yeah, the high school one, there wasn't any.
Being a coach of high school the last 5 years, seeing the, like, evolution from when I was in school, some of my friends as they're being younger going through it too, like, the strength and conditioning focus around high school sports is crazy. Because in the off season, we were in there 3 times a week. We had people, like Nate coming into different schools where we were coaching at, putting everyone through workouts. So it's crazy to see how much that alone has developed along with, like, the game itself for whatever
Oh
sport you're looking
yeah,
at.
it's nuts. And all these schools are renovating their stuff. They're putting in $1 million facilities just for the weight room. It's nuts.
Yeah, it's like full on the weight room at the last school we were coaching at. Other than being in a high school, you could look at it be like it was on a college campus. It was,
Oh, for sure,
not as big, but the equipment's just as nice in there.
for sure.
It's
Yeah.
100% needed though, because there are some schools in the area too, and I've trained at a few of them where, man, this it looks like it was made in the 80s, and it's almost a liability just walking in there. Like
Yeah.
there's stuff all over the place. The gym equipment looks like it was straight out of the 70s. It's like, oh man, we need to do some work on these. Get these boys some equipment.
I'll say this, definitely in high school, it was the hardest that I ever worked out. I think we were working out 5 days a week during practice and everything, especially during basketball season. Golf was completely different. I mean, I don't even think we were in there twice for that
No,
matter.
we never even
But
had like a real workout plan in high school.
That's gonna
So you
change
just
this
did
year,
your
boys. We're gonna
did
we're
your
we'll,
own thing.
Yeah, did my own thing. Yeah.
Yeah, Nate, I'm excited to after that, TPI assessment, all that, the program you're gonna put us through. I'm really looking forward to that and seeing some progress.
Yeah, man, it'd be cool to check in with you boys and just kind of see how we're doing. Probably update some of your progress on the show and kind of just see over the course of 2026 like what difference we can make with that, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
for sure. Brady, I'm gonna hit you with the first question, all right?
Yep.
The
Let's do it.
the first one we got for you. So when you were growing up playing junior golf, how much of your identity was wrapped up in the game of golf?
All of it. Like everyone just like growing up in school knew me and this my one of my best friends, Noah, who's actually going on a trip with us.
Okay.
Um, we're like the only kids that play golf. No one did it. So like we stuck out like sore thumbs, that's for sure. I mean, at like high school tryouts freshman year, you have 40 kids that you didn't even know had golf clubs.
Right.
But yeah, no, I mean, we played, I mean, every kid in our area played like rec soccer. So I did that for a little bit. And then my family's big skiers. So we skied in the winters. And then I got hurt eighth grade. Yeah, right before freshman year and kind of realized like take it, if I want to start taking it serious, I probably shouldn't be doing stuff that's going to jeopardize it. I had to go I tore my ACL meniscus. So I'm like, all right, maybe we should probably not do that anymore. But I've gotten
Mhm.
back into it since college or since I've graduated, which is great. But yeah, no, I mean, I was wearing golf clothes to school in like sixth and seventh, eighth grade, dude. Like I was like an idiot. Like people definitely were making fun of me.
Well, it's
Business
interesting.
casual.
Yeah, business casual, wearing a white belt as a seventh grader.
It's
That's
interesting
awesome.
too because I feel like the stigma, especially like we're all relatively around the same age, right? And like the stigma surrounding golf, I feel like when we were kids is a lot different from now. Like I think a lot of the YouTube golf and things like that have made it
Oh,
more
for sure.
mainstream, and now it's everybody wants to play golf, right? It was kind of like video games back in the day. Everyone, you were a
Exactly.
nerd if you played video games, and then 5 years later, you're the coolest person on earth if you're good at video games. Now I feel
Yeah.
like golf's kind of like that.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I had some really bad outfit choices. That's when I was huge into Ricky Fowler too. So I'm wearing like the all orange to school on Friday, knowing I'm going somewhere to play
Yes.
golf. Yeah, dude.
Hey,
I
that
didn't
was
want to
about
know
to
what
be a
kids were
follow-up
thinking.
too.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
I remember one time too, I wore I think it was either all orange or all blue, like head to toe. And I think I shot 98 when I was like 12 wearing it. That was when I was like, yeah, I gotta stop.
Hey, that's type of stuff that Josh and I do. It's like, hey, as long as you look good, who cares what you shot, right?
Right?
Yeah, I didn't look good.
Right?
I wouldn't say the all blue probably looked good, but you probably thought you did at the time, right?
Yeah, I mean, like looking back too, like there's pictures. I have one I can send you guys too. I actually played sweet when I was like, it was a summer going into 8th grade. So I don't know, 13, 14 years old in the all blue. And my buddy, kid who I met at the time, we are now good friends. He wore all yellow and he won the tournament. So I'm like, all right, this is kind of sick.
Yeah. That's awesome.
We're gonna have to put a graphic of Brady's outfit choice.
Oh yeah, we need that. We need
Yes.
that. Even if it doesn't make it to the show, we need it for like just for some stuff for coming up for the trip, a little bit of black man,
Yeah.
something.
I got
Yes.
the picture. I can send it to you guys.
That'd be sweet.
Perfect.
That's awesome.
Did you know, like, back when you were, 12, 13, or even going through high school that golf was always gonna be part of your life, whether it be, the business obviously like you got now or just socially, competitively, whatever? Did you know that, or was that something, when you got into high school and college that you're like, "Actually, this is something that I wanna do for the rest of my life?"
Yeah, I mean, I always like realistic. I knew I was never going to be on TV someday for golf, at least. And it was never like a huge dream to be like, we're going to push to become Tiger, right? Like, you obviously want to play your best, but it's like, you got to look around. There's kids there will always be someone better than you, in any aspect. I mean, I would always grind and do everything I could to get to the highest level possible. But my dad's been in golf my whole life, and I actually, when I came out of college, I was like, I don't really care to get into golf. It's such a tough business to get into. Oh, sorry, that was when I was in college, and then COVID hit, and then things kind of flipped, right? So I mean, simulators pop up like they're Walgreens now. They're on every corner. And realistically too, if I didn't do it the time, like if I didn't open when I opened, I probably wouldn't have done it just because of how saturated it's been becoming the last year. Um, but I'm happy that I did it and where I did it just because of, like the foundation that we built before all these others have opened.
What do you feel separates Breakfast Ball from the other golf simulators in the business area?
I get asked that a lot because there's a couple, that have, the food and beverage. It's really food and headache. And I really wasn't looking forward to it. I didn't want to get involved in any of that. I'm there, as you all know, 99.9% of the time. If I'm not there, it's usually a family member. So, I mean, my family is a huge part of it. I always get asked if it's a family business. It is not. I just say it's my business, but the family is heavily, heavily involved in a lot of decisions that I make.
That's awesome.
And it's like the community too. I mean, you guys play in the outing, you kind of get it where um, all different types of golfers. You have your country clubbers, you have the best players in the state, and then you have the beginners. So being able to attract a whole range of demographics is kind of what I love. And everyone has the logo. If you, it's kind of one of those like if you know type deal. The hats don't have the name on it. I want people to ask, "What's that logo?" I don't want everyone to just like be able to read it. So that just kind of sparks conversation. But yeah, my big thing is just growing awareness, trying to grow the game too, essentially. But no, I mean that's what I think separates a lot of these places. Will just kind of have you check in, there's your bay. So I try to bring a family aspect to it, get personal with customers and I mean build relationships and look where we're at right now.
The
Well, I
logo
definitely
works
wanted
too, Brady. I wear that hat is one of my favorite hats, and whenever I wear it at the gym, people are always like, "What is that?" And then like you have to explain it, right? And then they're like,
Exactly.
"Oh, that's such a cool hat." Like I like that a lot.
Definitely
Thank
want
you.
to say that the atmosphere, for us, just walking in there, meeting you for the first time, you came up and talked to us over 10 times at least when we were there. And having that personal connection, not only just you being willing to go out and talk to your customers who are out there in the base, despite who they are, check on them, see what's going on, how they're doing. That in my eyes set it above a ton of other places that I've been.
100%
So
agree, Josh.
that
100%.
atmosphere of just, hey, this is what I love to do. This is what I'm doing. This is my business. And I want to share it with everybody who's here, and being that personal connection with everybody throughout their time there. I mean, I don't know how many times we've been there now, probably way over 20, 30 times by
A
now,
lot.
at
A
least,
lot.
at least. So it's like, now it's more like, hey, we're going to see a friend, and we're going to, not only help out his business, but also be there to practice on the game and to chill out with one of our greatest homies. Right. So that's what makes it different to me. And I'm sure to Nate and Taylor, you guys as well. So
I
Yeah,
appreciate that.
when I was talking to Chantel, kind of like letting her know, hey, we're going to interview Brady, talking about some of the stuff we might ask and just kind of bouncing stuff off her. This question, I was talking to her about it. And it's like, anytime we're there, especially that first time, like, I'm a member at Metamora. Obviously, it's a semi-private club, but there's people there that, really take notice of who you are. They get to know you. They make sure to talk to you, and you feel welcome, and you feel like you're actually part of like a social club or a friendship group, something like where you feel like you belong. And that's what I, feel every time I'm going in there. It's like, we dap each other up every time we're in there. We're talking at the front for a few minutes, like all that. It's like you're coming on our golf trip now that we do,
Oh
for
yeah.
the last 5 years. It's like at any other place, like I've had good experiences, don't get me wrong, at other places, but not to the point where it's like I feel like I've got a relationship and a connection and a legitimate friendship, not just something that's like, you're just schmoozing me for more business type stuff, like I feel like it's a legitimate friendship. I think all of you guys would agree with that too. And that's why I think you have so many return customers other than us, because I see a lot of the same faces in there, when we come in that, people want to be around you because you do a great job of building that community, like you said. And I think as a customer, I really appreciate that.
Yeah, man. That was a lot. I appreciate all that.
Hey,
We're done glazing now. I promise. We're done glazing.
yeah, I'm gonna start crying if you keep going.
no, I mean it's genuine though. I think you guys feel the
it
same
is.
way about it from our conversations. It's 100% though.
I think though too, like a real friendship is if you get invited to a golf trip. Like, because I mean, you always hear like I have a handful of buddies. Oh, I'm going on a golf trip. Going on a golf trip. It's like I get invited to some, and some I don't. But it's like I'm not really close with that person. But every one of my close friends I've done a golf trip with, and that's just kind of like what and validates the friendship in my head.
Yeah, for sure. It's just gonna keep getting stronger too.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Exactly.
so excited for this trip. And if you guys don't know much about our group, I know we've kind of alluded at it, but there's a huge handicap variation in our group. This year's, I think, one of the better years in terms of like average handicap for us. But Brady is on significantly different scale than everyone else that's there. So it's going to be really funny to see him paired up with a, like mid to high 20 handicapper, and him having to play with slash compete against them, and knowing he's got to give up a bunch of shots. Like, I was curious your thoughts on that, Brady, because I know we've played a couple of times where you've given, different strokes to the group that we've got, and you've talked about your thought process to that. But like, just on a sidebar, real quick, how do you feel like anticipation for that, knowing you're gonna have to give up like 40 shots to somebody potentially?
At that point, I'm just there for a good time, and you gotta hope that they have an awful day.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I mean,
I think I think
go
that's
ahead.
the best part about our golf trip though too, is it really is just a bunch of good dudes just out there having a good time with each other. And while it is competitive in a sense, like everybody's out there rooting for each other. Like you said, you got the 40 handicappers or 30. That might be a little aggressive. We don't have 40 handicappers out there, but you're out there trying to like work with those guys too and give them a little tips here and there, because they definitely don't play as much as we do. So it's kind of trying to pass the knowledge that you have onto them and get them to kind of just compete with you, right? Like, hey, don't get down. You get 2 shots this whole, like, that's
Yeah,
a lot.
exactly. No, yeah, 100%. And depending on who it is, like I try to get in some heads, right? Like if I'm giving Taylor two shots on a hole and he hits a bad tee shot, I'm like, hey man, don't worry about it. You're getting 2 this hole, just like every other hole. Don't worry, you're doing all right.
I can't wait to see
So
that.
it's like
Oh,
it
man.
all just depends on like who the person is, and if they're already having a bad day, I'm not trying to make it worse
Right.
sometimes. or all the time. So like that's when I'll either decide to become supportive or just kind of like kick them when they're down if we're against each other.
No, we do that. I mean, Josh, Brady, you've heard me and Josh kind of going at it in there in the shop. Like it's everybody's doing that with each other. But like Nate said, there is that sense of community within the group too. And there's 24 of us. I know I've pointed that out before, but I can think that kind of goes to show like how tight, but also like how diverse our circle can be. And I'm glad you're going to be part of that. I know everyone's looking forward to it.
I'm so excited, man.
Yeah, it's going to be a blast. Looking back on your junior and college golf days, what habits, decisions, things like training or practice routines, stuff like that, ended up having the biggest long-term impact on your game for you?
Mhm. My coach at Saginaw, well, I guess high school too. I was blessed with two of the greatest coaches ever. Like still, my one coach still plays in the tournaments at breakfast ball. It's kind of like more so just like the discipline part of having like others rely on you. Cause I mean, golf is the most individual sport out there, but high school and college is not. You're on a team. You can win a team. You can win a tournament as a team, or you can win a tournament as an individual in the same thing. Um, but I mean, it's like the little things. Like in college, our coach said if you're not 15 minutes early or late, things like that. When we were in the weight room, for doing pull ups, like just to bar, and if for we're doing like Russian twists, the feet are off the ground or above the ground. Like it's little things like that, or the attention to detail. That's kind of what stuck with me. And it's like you got coach made it known, like you were late today in front of everybody, right? Like he was kind of like do it to embarrass you so you don't do it again, which I like. And then like in the weight room too, like you see one person do something wrong, you hold your teammates, you hold yourself accountable and your teammates accountable. The trainer sees it, everyone grabbing the metal plates and doing like a 60-yard down and back. So 120 yards of plate push. So it's like the discipline in all aspects of people think like golf is just swinging and having a little score, but it is the practice, the mental part, the weight room. Like there's so many um, branches that go into that. People who don't take golf too serious see, and that's where I think the discipline of everything is kind of domino effect into life.
Well, I'd like to dive in. This is where this is my forte. So I'd like to dive in a little bit. You alluded to like kind of in high school, you didn't have much of like a training regimen. It was kind of just golf for the most part. And then when you get
Yeah.
into college, then you're got strength and conditioning coaches and you're on a full strength program. Was there any difference for you like with training versus not training that helped your golf game, or what did that look like for you?
Yeah, I mean, we're golfers, right? We're not out here bench pressing 450. But we did a lot more conditioning, um, and flexibility. So we would do off season, we do like Tuesdays, Thursdays were lift, and then Thursday, Fridays were flexibility. Thursday or Friday, sometimes both, but in season was just 2 days a week. But realistically, like I've never been a huge, strong kid, right? And nothing really made it worse. I find out now when I work out like 4 days in a row and then go play, like I play significantly worse than I did. So I kind of uh, do workouts around when I need to play good or tournaments or whatnot. It's so weird. The last 2 years, I've discovered that. And I couldn't figure out why I was playing bad. And then just the body was never healed. And I really think, now looking back, that there could have been a lot of times like that where um, I was never thinking that critical, right? Like you're 18, 19 years old. Like critical thinking is not the first thing on your mind. So,
Right.
but yeah, so I think that's what, if I could have redone it to where I was paid more attention to that stuff early on, I think that would have definitely helped my career more. Um, but I swung way faster in college than I do now. Not way faster, it's like 5 miles an hour. Um, but I don't know how to get it back. And I don't want to. I'm scared.
I think I could help with that. If you're willing to.
I've watched too many people try to speed or what is it, stack or whatever,
Oh
and
yeah.
like they like hurt their hip where they're out for 3 months.
Well, I think the biggest thing with that is like people grab a weighted stick, right? With no
Hmm.
prior weight training or building up certain muscle groups. Like we went over this, all of this with the TPI that we did with the boys over the weekend, but you have to lay the foundation, right? Like, yeah, if you grab a 280-gram stick or whatever it goes up to, and you're just going to swing away and you're probably not doing the proper warm up and things like that. Yeah, like stuff's going to happen. You're probably going to injure yourself. And I
That's
think like,
exactly what happened to my buddy.
so I think one of the things is having that good balance. Like at the gym, we always say it's not about how hard you can train, it's about how fast you can recover. So allowing your body in between workouts to recover properly. And in Michigan, we get winter months where you can't really go play. So like we like to take advantage of that. You got in season versus out of season training looks completely different.
For sure. Yeah, that makes so much sense now, and I wish and it's not even like our trainers were great at Saginaw, where, like, they had the whole plan and everything. I just had no clue, and I
Yeah.
think I was just kind of an idiot, to be honest.
We all were at
We
18.
all
Don't worry.
were. We all were.
That's
I
right.
don't want to go over what I was doing when I was 18. Well, piggybacking off of kind of all of that, early on when you first started Breakfast Ball, what was like one of the early decisions you made that you didn't think would have a huge impact, but ended up having like a pretty big impact on your business?
It was probably let's say you guys are on a group and, there's not a time for, like, an hour behind you. Uh, I would just, like, I'd let a lot of people just stay, play a few extra holes, finish your round, whatever. Um And I mean, I still do today, right? Like, if there's an hour or half hour, like, what is that really gonna how's it gonna hurt anybody, right? Like, you're only giving them a better experience. They think they're getting a sweet deal out of it because you're going over your time. Um, and that I truthfully think that was just one of the big things. It's not that I like went in thinking I was gonna do that. Just kind of as it happened, I was only getting a couple bookings at a time right when I open, there would be gaps. So it's like I want people to want to come back, remember like, oh, their first impression, right? Like, oh, the owner hooked me up, he gave me an extra hour, something like that. And that's honestly, it's been a huge I think that's why I have so much customer retention. Just like I gave a little extra in the beginning. But then back to like earlier in the conversation, I would sit there and talk to them too. So um I think that was like, I think that's probably single-handedly the biggest thing.
Yeah, I know from our experience coming in all the time, you didn't necessarily do it every time, and that wasn't expected by any means, but the times you did, we're like, "Dude, this is awesome." Like, obviously, we enjoyed talking with you, but that was definitely something, just as a customer looking at it that we were obviously very excited about, and again, wasn't expected by any means, but anytime that you did, it was like, "Dude, this guy's awesome. Why wouldn't we try to support him?" You know?
Yeah, and I appreciate that. And literally, like, just this weekend, um, I recognized this one logo last year on this guy's shirt, and I asked him about it, and he's actually the owner's son, and now he runs it. And him and his wife have come in multiple times. They literally came in Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday this weekend. Like,
Nice,
yeah,
nice.
sometimes they come in just them and sometimes and then he's actually coming in on lunch tomorrow. But it's just like you get to know enough people. You talk to so many people that come through the door and you have people that don't want to talk and you can kind of get that vibe instantly. Um, but the ones that, show it, like are open to it, I'm all for it. I want people I want to get to know people. I want people to get to know me, right? So, I mean, it's a small business. It's Waterford. People are tight within each other, um, and that's like what the community is.
I think that's the biggest word too, right? Building that community is
Mhm.
super important with any small business. At Peak, we try to do the same thing, right? It's about the experience that you can give them, not necessarily any of the cliche things that you might have going on. You really want to build that atmosphere that people enjoy to be there. That's the biggest thing.
Exactly right. And you always hear people, oh, that's so corporate. Oh, they're going corporate. Like I want to be the complete opposite of that. I want zero part. And I always like make a joke, like if my brother or like, yeah, if my brother ever wants to come in, he'll text me like, hey, what time do you have open for me today? I'm like, you're not coming in. I'm way too busy. And he's like, "Oh, so we're corporate today, huh?"
That's awesome.
That's great. That's great.
That's hilarious.
You mentioned earlier that like you kind of realized at a young age that like chasing the PGA Tour was never going to be a thing for you. At like, was there like a point where you kind of knew like, okay, I'm not going to make the PGA Tour, but I still want to have a career with something to do with golf?
I mean, so my dad was in golf. He's been at um a couple courses as head pros, directors of golf. You kind of see it where I mean, my brother and I would go to work with him. We'd ride to work with him every day in the summer. Just sit on the range, go play. Um, and then like we saw him work literally like May through August, September of no days off, right? Like courses are always busy. And yeah, it was a country club. Um, Mondays they still had stuff going on that he'd be a part of. So it's like it's a grind. Like there and I mean, granted, he gets the whole winter off. So like now him and I have complete opposite schedules. Um, but no, it's a lot, and it takes very special people to be able to do that stuff. And then again, back to the COVID thing, like so much change within golf from people playing to technology to just like specs, so and or sales. And I knew it was just always difficult. It was literally that one day going to league is when I was like, maybe this is something I want to do. But yeah, I never really like had a passion to start a golf company or anything like that.
That's funny. I don't know if we've actually ever covered this, but my dad growing up was actually a club pro too.
No
We
way.
we had bit different paths because I chose soccer and never really got into the game of golf early on, but it's kind of funny how you end up back here and small world, right?
Oh,
Small world.
yeah, exactly. And I get so many people that come in through the door and they're like, "Oh, you're Dice's kid." Yep. Like I'm 27 years old and I still hear that.
That's me.
That's funny.
Yeah.
You'll never
Yep.
stop hearing that, by the way. You'll
No,
never
and
stop
I
hearing that.
have a guy tomorrow. It's every time he comes in, that's what he refers to me as.
Well, we were talking about ever since COVID, kind of how things have popped off on YouTube and social media when it comes to golf. How big of a role has social media played for you when it came to growing breakfast ball and everything surrounded by that?
Yeah, I mean, at first, I was just posting more pictures, trying to do some walkthroughs, but nothing like really big. And then this over the summer, I was like, you know what? Like, I have a couple of buddies who I've met that are influencers now, and I see them do it. Obviously, I'm not trying to be an influencer by any means, but when it's slow, right? Like in the summer, I'm just playing golf, so might as well bring a camera and just who cares, right? Who cares if you get 100 views? You're it's and essentially it's free marketing, and I enjoy doing it. But I mean, those first couple that I had, the posting the swing is scary for the first time. It took me 26 years to do that. Um, but like just the other day, I made a video, maybe last week. A guy liked it and then followed me from the reel because he gives that notification, and then he booked for like 3 hours later. So it was just crazy how, like stuff like that. I mean, that's that short period of time, uh, that's a one of one. But I have people all the time come in and be like, "Oh, I just saw you on Instagram," like stuff like that.
100%.
It's just I try to be in as many videos as possible so people walk in and recognize me. So
Mhm.
it's not just some like huge marketing company and then having these random actors. I want it to be as authentic as possible.
That's awesome. Last year, I kind of got my TPI certification and deep dive, and you were talking about posting your swing. God, posting my swing. At
Oh
least
yeah, man.
you have a great swing. I don't. So I totally know what you mean when it came to social media and posting and kind of putting yourself out there and being a little vulnerable, right? But it is that low hanging fruit for your business. It's that thing that you can just do and you can get creative with it. You could be your own person and you can find your own kind of pave your own path on there to help generate more business for the simulator, you know?
Yeah, and some videos I'll wear the logo, some videos I won't. Back to being like how like guerrilla marketing do I want this to look? Um, but no, I mean yeah, exactly to your point, and I love it. It's fun. Sometimes it's like I don't know what the reaction of people are going to be. So I definitely hawk the views when I'm doing it.
Dude, that vulnerability part of it, sharing your swing, just being on camera alone. Nate, I know you do it, and have been for a little bit on your own personal channel, but Josh and I are brand new to a lot of this here in the last 3
I
months that
feel
we've been.
so
I
uncomfortable.
like the one that you
Yeah.
guys posted today.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff is fun when it's organic, right? Like when you kind of
Mhm.
look past the
Mhm.
fact that the camera's there. Going into that, how long, I guess, would you say that it took for you to kind of feel more natural or more comfortable with posting your stuff? Because I know I still feel very uncomfortable. Nate does a great job with it. Josh, I know feels uncomfortable. Like, when can we start to expect to feel a little bit better about it, I guess?
You do it enough people will make a joke about it to you. Uh, and then it's like you just kind of own it. Like, oh man, like it's my swing. Nothing like I'm not gonna listen to someone commenting on my swing on Instagram being like, "Oh, you're flat." Okay, right?
Right.
There's no weight behind that.
Yeah, no,
That's common right there. Whatever.
yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I posted a couple, and then when I was starting to get more views, I was like, "Oh, people actually think it's somewhat entertaining, or they care to watch it." So that's kind of how I got over the hump.
Gotcha. Yeah, it is. I've been watching all the views too, obviously being new to it. It's something cool to kind of track to see where we're at and where things are growing and not. And it's really cool. And I think it's just going to keep growing for us. I mean, it seems like it has for you too, from when you started posting to where you're at now, just kind of scrolling through your feed. I know we were talking about it a little bit the other day too. It's like seeing those numbers climbing too. It's got to be cool to see that, right?
Yeah, I mean, like early on, my buddy, who's one of the influencers, he was in one of the videos, and that one was like my first like the most views, and then recently, like two in the past like month, have gotten a handful. But I mean, it only takes one for people to see it, right? So you I was stuck in like the 1,000 views for a while, still am, but now I'm starting to get closer to like the um, closer to 10, and a couple of them have kind of taken off.
I think it's crazy too, because some of like the videos that you make, at least for me, the ones that you think are gonna do good never end up doing good.
Oh,
And then the
dude,
one that you're like,
100%.
should I even post this? It's like
Yes,
that one blows up. It's like, what the heck, man?
yes, 100%. I put so much time into it, and I literally show Maddie, my girlfriend. I make her watch the video 100 times before I post it. Like she's got to be sick of it by now.
Yeah, working on these ones in here, doing some of the editing and stuff. Chantel be coming by. Didn't you just work on that part? It's like, yeah,
Mhm.
trust me, there's a lot more layers than just like watching it or listening to it one time. And I'm figuring that out kind of firsthand. I've never really done it before, but it's a lot of fun to do it.
It
Yeah,
is, and it's like Maddie will be working, and I'm just like her real job in a hospital. And I'm just sitting at the desk editing. Um, and I'll send her like 3 different clips of it, like different edits, different songs, and I make her do it to every single one. So I mean, she is a huge trooper for
That's
that.
awesome. That's
round of
awesome.
That's
round of
great.
applause for all the
That's right.
significant others that put up with that
Yeah.
bull crap.
That's right.
So to end it up here, looking ahead, looking at the future at breakfast ball, where do you kind of see breakfast ball headed over the next year, 2 years, maybe even longer than that? Do you have anything in the works right now that you're working on right now? Are you thinking about expanding? What's on your future plans?
Yeah, I mean, I want to continue to grow leagues and tournaments, kind of internally. Indoor golf is kind of like a safe haven for those that aren't comfortable doing it, but then it also brings the better players. So continue to grow that. No other locations, not standalones or anything like that. It's saturated. Um, Maybe taking a different route somewhere with these. You're combining two things. A lot of golf with gyms and sims and pickleball. So hopefully we can kind of find something else to tie into them.
I've seen some of those, the gym and golf, like simulator studios essentially all combined into one. And I've said so many times, like, that would be so sick. I'd be there all the time. And I'm sure there's others that feel that too. It'd be
Hmm.
so sweet to have something like that around here.
Just have a
Yeah,
few cots in
exactly.
the back room, and that's where you'd sleep every
Dude,
day.
If
One
breakfast style
stop
had a
shop.
shower, I would sleep there.
but yeah, definitely. All right. You got anything else, Brady?
Yeah, I just appreciate you guys having me on.
All right, man.
We
Well,
appreciate you and your time that you've given us here, and along with
absolutely.
that, the camaraderie and the friendships, that we've made with you since we've started, at Breakfast Ball, let alone this podcast as well. So we really appreciate you and your time and everything you've done for us as well.
I appreciate you boys.
Yeah, again, and I know we mentioned it a little bit earlier, but we do really appreciate you taking a chance on us being our first sponsor. You'll see our graphic on the episode here with your logo on there, and we'll have that running here for a while. So we do really appreciate you taking a chance on us and working with us. And you'll see a lot of stuff here on social media between the two of us. And again, we're really excited, but also really thankful for it too.
Of course, you guys support me. I'm going to support you.
The
Appreciate it, bro.
official golf simulator of the designated drivers.
That's right. That's
Boom,
right.
boom, boom,
If
baby.
any of the listeners are interested, Brady, where can they find you at on social media platforms and things like that?
Instagram is at breakfastball_golf sim. Facebook's just that name. And then I think TikTok's the same, actually, breakfastball_golf sim.
Nice. And Breakfast Ball is in Waterford, right?
Yep. Waterford, Michigan, up by the airport.
Nice.
And then that
Psyched.
tournament here coming up on the 17th. That's gonna be a lot of fun. We're ready for it.
And I'm playing too, so hopefully
Oh,
mine
shoot.
doesn't. Yeah, well, I'm playing with my one buddy. I just hope, because last time, ours froze. So that's the only goal. I don't care if we don't win. I just don't want it to freeze.
There you go. There you go. Well, we'll post something here soon with tournaments, leagues, all that. Make sure to share up all that for you. But if you guys are listening, you're interested, make sure to hit them up. Let them know that you guys are coming out and supporting. I think that wraps it for us, huh, boys?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, it does.
I think the next time you'll see we'll be on here, we'll have some results from the tournament at Breakfast Ball that we'll kind of go over some of that, and then yeah, maybe hop into some of the TPI stuff that we did over at Peak and get this year finally rolling.
Yeah, and I know we got some hot content planned with Brady. We're still working out some of the details, but stay tuned for some of that stuff. All right, boys. Well, again, great episode, and we'll be back at it again here soon.
See y'all
All right,
later.
see you guys.